love and unity, I love my community. Black excellence, that's what you do to me. Positive vibrations. I'm a god, no Satan. I'm a god. I was raised with the killers, but my plan is to heal ya. I'ma heal you. Intellectual mind frame. Check it out. I'm a player, so I peep game. Today we got a special segment going on. Today I'm going to talk about the different housing projects that's located in the South Bay area. Some may call it the Harbor area, but it's technically the South Bay. It's about a 10-15 mile radius, if I'm not mistaken. You have 4 different previous and current housing projects that all were in the same and are in the same jurisdiction. You got San Pedro, Lomita, Harbor City, and Wilmington. Now, for those who don't know, these 4 different cities are like a square. You got Lomita, you got San Pedro, you got Harbor City, and you got Wilmington. It's like a little circle or square, right? Lomita, which is where I used to live, a housing project that has Black and Hispanics. Well, all of these have Blacks and Hispanics. The Hispanics have their community, the Harbor Lomas. The Blacks had the nasty niggas back in the day, but it was a clique, it wasn't a gang. But the Blacks had their entity. And, you know, everybody kind of intertwined with each other, sometimes having issues, to be honest, but overall, everybody knows each other, moms, dads, and go to school with each other, blah, blah, blah. Now, the significance of this community is it's predominantly and technically a Hispanic community, but still to this day, there's Blacks that live there, but the Blacks are just friends. There's no gang on the Black end. It's just the Hispanics doing what they do. And it's a cool area, straight up Western, you know, and we call it the money projects, the go-getter projects, the Lomita projects. It sits right next to Palos Verdes, which is crazy because that's like one of the richest cities in California, you know. Some people try to say it is Palos Verdes, but it's not. It's the city of Lomita. It's the last part of Lomita. If you leaving up Western, if you coming down Western, it's the beginning of Lomita. Right across from the Lomita Navy field, the baseball field. Okay. Then you got, if you keep going up Western, you end up in San Pedro. Once you get down First Street and go down a little bit, hit like 2nd Street or whatnot, you enter the San Pedro projects, which is the Rancho San Pedro projects. To my understanding, it was mixed at one point. I mean, it's still Black people up there, but it was mixed far as the Dodge City entity up there and the Rancho. A lot of things happened over the years, to my understanding. No disrespect to nobody, and the DC boys, I'm gonna call them, the Dodgers, they pretty much kind of drifted away. They still in the city, but they kind of, you know, they kind of got away from there because the Rancho is just too deep, and you know, there's a lot of killing and stuff going on. So they pretty much just backed away, left, and you know, however they doing their organization, I don't know. I'm not gonna speak bad on nobody. They existing without being right there. They just, you know, they doing their thing, how they doing it. But technically, those projects belong to both of those communities. But, you know, things happen over time and, you know, whatever the case may be. So you got those projects, the San Pedro projects, the Rancho projects. That's the name of them. Then they got a hood called the Rancho San Pedro. That's, you know, it's like named after it or whatnot. Then you go down, you enter Wilmington, the Dana Point, Dana Strand projects, which those have been knocked down. They did exist in the early 90s. They knocked them down, and now they got a big apartment complex right there. That's where the waterfront Pyrus used to be at. Now they just kind of all, in that little area, but that was their hub. And some of the West Side Weemots used to be there as well. So that's that community right there, And when they projects got knocked down, everybody spread it out or whatever the case may be. And then they had a big Fed bus in the early 90s that took a lot of them, the main dudes, to jail. So it kind of broke up the community. Then you go around a little bit more, you enter Harbor City. They have their own projects, but similar to Wilmington in the early 90s, they knocked their projects down and they build a big apartment complex called the Harbor Village, which is right there right now. So, but they did have actual projects as well. They just knocked them down, and everybody coexists around that still, but they just don't have that hub right there no more. So it's a real interesting thing because each city have or had a project. Even in Lomita, they was gonna knock down the Harbor Hills projects back in the day, in the late 90s. But instead, they just kicked everybody out. And that's the only thing that saved it, because they was gonna knock them down. I remember they was having meetings and stuff about it. But instead, they just kicked everybody out, and that's how they solved that issue. It was getting to the point where they were just knocking down a lot of these projects for different reasons. They was finding reasons, and they were just like, we're gonna do this, do this, do this. So if you're familiar with any of those areas, Lomita, Harbor City, San Pedro, Wilmington, all had housing projects or still do. And that's that little area, And each community has their own little structure and style of how they do things and orchestrate. This is just a little video for those who don't know these areas. Maybe you want a little insight. Maybe you where's the projects at? Because some people are fascinated with projects. You know what I'm saying? Or if you just trying to figure out somewhere to go film or go talk to some people, you want to have that type of element. Those are some areas where you can do that. They have other projects, in Culver City, of course, in Watts. We all know about that. In Pacoima, they got projects. I'm just thinking about LA County. Because some people have apartments and they call them projects, but they're not really projects. And some people have actual brick projects. You can tell when you see them. Okay, this is the project. You know what I'm saying? I think that's it. Harbor City, Lomita, Wilmington, San Pedro, Culver City, Watts, LA. Got the Pueblos, and what else is over there? Oh, you got the East LA projects, where the Matavillas is at, and you got the Dogtown, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if I'm saying that the right way. And it's one more, if I'm not mistaken. It's 3 projects on the east side of LA where the Hispanics is at. Because it's about, I don't know exact number, but it's about 10 for sure, without a doubt. It's it's probably 13 different projects in LA County. Real projects. It's a nice amount, because some cities got them in each little small city. I know I'm missing some. I can't pinpoint it right away, but I know them is some of the main ones, and even some people don't know about them. Some people don't even know it's projects in Culver City. You just be driving, it's a nice area, then boom, it's oh, and they look shady. Just that's how Lomita is. You be driving, then out of nowhere, boom, oh. Even San Pedro, you'll be driving, then boom, oh, they just pop up. They just pop out of nowhere. It's oh, where'd this come from? And you can see that element right away. Like, oh, you know, a lot of stuff is calmer these days, but you can still see it. Like, oh, this used to be something once upon a time. You could just tell, like, okay. So yeah, let me know what y'all think. Leave a comment if I left any out. This ain't no shade at nobody or nothing. This is just a little video, you know. I thought it'd be cool to make, because I've seen different videos of people discussing projects, and they be leaving out a lot of stuff, and I'd be like, huh, okay. Well, I used to live in those, and I've been to those, and I've been to those, and I know people from those, and, you know, in that little area, like I said, it's like 4 projects right there, you know, like each city, boom, 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 boom. But, yeah, let me know what y'all think, and I'm gonna leave a link for a video we did a while back, just to give y'all a little insight. But other than that, thank you for tapping in.
LA, ain't nobody here lousy. We go hard in the city and county. We catch head up fades wearing brownies, doing burpees in the yard like the county. Oh,